match of Season 2 of SWC. Uh, Tonight we have Indies and Project Phoenix versus GRSW, whatever that means. Probably something. I am joined tonight by my good friend Bill Natsu, Bill Zantu, and my other kind of good friend, annoying northerner person, Daddy.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is aware of Bill Zantu's voice, so I don't think he needs to
Hello.
introduce himself. Oh, there we go. So yeah. Now that all the formalities are out of the way, just waiting for this game to kind of kick off. Most players have joined the server, so it's good. We should be starting in a few, maybe a few minutes, which is nice. Getting a nice game starting early for once, so that's always good. Playing on the new modded SWC map of Fool's Road, which is quite nice. It's got a lot of new stuff around the center of the map, so there's a lot of new roads connecting new cap zones, and each cap zone will have a little bit of extra buildings and stuff, just to kind of add a bit of flavor and variety to the map. Personally, I think this is quite good. Problem with Fool's Road I felt was that a lot of it was just around the edge. The middle was kind of just a void of trees. But now that they got this new kind of logging cabin, ammo hill's the same, but saddle, bunker hill, adding a bit of just a bit of variety to the center instead of always fighting over Papanov and just, yeah. Still seeing Hilltop and Ammo Hill as well, which is nice, and OP Fortress. But OP Fortress, as you can see, has had a little bit of a modification. A few buildings from the OPFL map in there. Hopefully we won't be seeing anybody fighting around there in this game. So yeah, should be starting soon. Daddy, Bill, you want to say anything about the map?
Yeah, the almost all flags are on high ground, so there is that as a change of normal to the Fool's Road. You don't have to, like in regular Fool's Road layout, some flags are down, some flags are up. This is all on high ground, the relevant flags.
Yeah, and there's a lot of open area around surrounding flags, so we should be seeing a lot of maybe MGs just covering these vast expanses, making sure that they can lock down the flanks quite easily. Regarding vehicles and such, Russia's side I believe has 3 Logi trucks, a scout car and 2 30 mils, whereas the British side will have 3 Logi trucks, 1 Warrior and 1 Bulldog. Don't think we'll be seeing much use of the Bulldog, but it'd be interesting to see if anyone can pull anything interesting and unique off of it other than just rolling into a hab. There we go. Getting into it, finally.
Yeah, Bulldog is right now, since it's really hard to drive and louder than MTLB, it's like a battering ram.
Don't think we'll see too much use of the 30 mils, at least while the Warrior's up. While the 2 30 mils can take out a Warrior, it's seeing as the map is quite there's not too many flanking routes. The Warrior's positioned where it can really just cover its flanks quite well and prevent the BTRs getting onto its flanks. So I think maybe we'll see some VDRs, but probably trying to just stay far away from the Warriors they can. Pepper and infantry holding the flanks. So here we go.
Panzerwagen.
Do we have to reconnect, by the way?
Hype, guys! We will destroy
I'm
all
leaving then.
enemies. We win this shit.
I left the server.
Ich habe jetzt schon keine Lust mehr.
Ich will nach Hause.
The map still hasn't changed.
I want to go.
Yeah, he said he'll stop on 1 minute timer.
Lovely.
Did it change now?
No, it's still 20 seconds. Oh, he left. Did he leave? No, he didn't. Lovely. I love waiting. Alright, map's changed. Looking for a game without any crashes, so.
Fingers crossed, eh?
If you're lucky, you'll just get Bill and Daddy just talking while there's a black screen.
Nice radio commentary.
At least Bill's got admin perms this time, instead of just spawning in a main, casting from there. Oh. So my game is not game menu.
Did your game freeze?
It's not frozen, it's just looking at the main menu and restarting.
Just kill the process, start again.
It says you're in now.
Oh my god. Nice. What's the timer?
One sec, I'm just. $150.
Cool. Gotta make sure I haven't muted my mic accidentally. Fine. Oh, this is annoying.
Are you not in?
Nope.
Switch to Russian side when you join.
Where's that unbalanced? I want to get I'll stay on.
Okay, I'll switch.
Alright, here we go. Getting into it. So early on, got a large portion of GRSW players spawning in on the logging cabin. And
Same goes for the
same goes for
Russian side.
yeah, however my players have suddenly disappeared from Hilltop, which is interesting. Did I press something?
They're still there.
Russians are only using 130mm, 1 PRDM.
Oh, there you go. So lots of P2&Indies guys spawning on Hilltop. The RDM 30mm and one Logi coming out from the Russian main for Project Indies. Yeah, we'll just call them Project Indies. A Warrior and 2 Logis from GB main. So gonna be main fight, of course, is just gonna be around the Ammo Hill here at the start. With the Logis obviously just coming up, dropping fobs on hilltops and logging, and then everyone will just be working in, fighting over Ammo Hill. Be interesting to see what the 30mm does against the Warrior, as seeing as they're only using 1 30mm. But I think we'll just probably be seeing it in a nice anti-infantry role till the Warrior is pulled in to try and attack it. Should be good. Be good. So here we are, starting off. Big wave of blue pushing forwards, and a big wave of red coming on.
Red are a bit closer, but we do have a larger hill to climb, so blue might get to the objective faster.
That's true. That's true. Red Squad will have, or Red Squad, Project Indies will have to push it up the hill towards the ammo, whereas in GRSW has a nice little flattish walk at least. That's a very forward fob placement coming out from Project Indies there actually. Not in much cover, so if GRSW gets some control with their vehicles or even Maulers, they could quite easily take that out once it's found. No fob. Oh, there is a fob. I'm stupid. Fob coming down as well in the open from GRSW. So
No one is going to the saddle from Russian side, by the way.
that's a good point actually. Yeah. So one Logi from GRSW going up onto OP Fortress. And let's get in the action.
Ich habe gar keine Granaten.
Notably, scout car pushing to the
Jo,
southeast.
mach ich.
Yes, it's going towards
Auf
the
geht's,
US main.
Speerspitze!
So probably trying to do
Kann
a
gar
long
nicht
flank
schief
onto the
gehen.
logging cabin. With the first wave of infantry.
Osten geht markiert.
Warrior pushing up to OP Fortress is going to be able to get a nice view on the west side of Ammo Hill, which is locked down. Ghost Rider bringing Zika down as well. Nice opening frag there. Very nice.
Now they've only sent one person to saddle, but there's 3 on the British team moving towards saddle, so that'll be
Werfen
safe.
Granaten hoch.
Could be an interesting fight going on there, because it looks like they're trying to rush it somewhat at least. Not particularly fast, but it's only one person from Project Indies moving there quite slowly, so they could be able to stop the cap there, which could leave Project Indies in a bit of a stiff.
Ja, wir haben Feinde im Kont. Auf Ammo direkt. Auf Ammo hier.
Jo, wir haben auf eine Nord. Die laufen in weit Richtung Nord hoch.
Ja, deck einfach den Norden.
The guy who is going to the saddle from Russian side, needs to hide proper.
Yeah, it doesn't particularly look like they're trying to rush, just looks like they're trying to set up MGs on the hilltop. Yeah, no real push coming out from them. There's no real reason for them to try and rush it, just the timing's so poor for a rush to try and happen, but if they were trying to, then it'd be could be quite effective. So yeah, the fight mainly just happening on Ammo Hill as was expected. A very forward hab placement from Project Phoenix. Project Indies quite nicely at the bottom of the hill. Should save a lot of walking from hilltop encampment. And then the same, very similar for GRSW with their hab and the low ground. I'm not a fan of putting fobs in the low ground, like habs in the low ground. It's if you start getting fishbowled around it, it can be a real bit of trouble to try and just get out of there. Lots of grenades raining down on you, having to always push up the hill. But we'll have to see how it pans out. Project Indies as well taking control of Ammo Hill, which is quite surprising really. From looking at the map initially, I was expecting the British forces to get control of there, but it just looks like they managed to win out on a lot of the fragging. So here we go. Jogi doing bits on the cap.
Schön weit.
Granate, aufpassen.
Nothing really kicking off from vehicles yet. So we've got a small squad of Indies players dropping the scout car off by the train tunnel, and it looks like we got just... So we've got at least one rifleman and probably an AT. Yeah, the hat kit is moving towards the British main, looking like they're going to camp that. I'm not really sure why you'd want to camp main base on this map. I don't think there's enough flow of vehicles coming in and out to really warrant it, and especially with the Warrior, you're going to just get one hit in it. Maybe if you're lucky you get the second in with that rifleman carrying your ammo, but it's not going to be too effective because it can just turn around, get back to base. If you've taken out Lodges, it's nice, but it's kind of a waste of 2 people. Could be quite influential on the cap. Result here coming in slightly late onto the saddle. Looks like they should be able to capture this. Yeah, he's not really looking or anything. There we go. So Indies quite lucky there that they didn't get rushed onto saddle, but really there was no logical reason for GRSW to try and push
wir cappen Ammo hier.
onto there.
Ja, die haben Hilltop noch nicht. Verstanden, ja.
So the Warrior just still sitting on the OP Fortress. Got a nice repair station up. That's quite a good strat, to be honest. So if that gets towed, it can just reverse up, repair instantly.
30mm of Russia just killed the squad once. Truck.
Kannst du die Puls kennen?
It's 30mm in a nice little position. It looks like it's hidden from the Warrior, which is really good. And the Logi just got shafted. So yeah. Looks like they were trying to flank towards the north of Ammo Hill, try and get into a nice position to push on that fob, but still no one's managed to spot out anyone's fobs, so currently it's just a big fight. And blob of names there. Can't see anything, it's just red and blue there on Ammo Hill. Yeah. Pretty interesting.
Does look like Red have a bit more control on Ammo Hill, but the caps come in before they've captured Hilltop, so
Yeah,
And there's no real attack on the hilltop either, so they're looking to take Ammo Hill.
that's quite. They really should have put a nice, maybe the scout car or something first onto the saddle, just so they could get that capped as quick as possible.
Can you speak later?
Seeing as they haven't captured, they've only just captured hilltop, so they had no real chance of capping
Ich werde mit ein bisschen
others'
Norden gleich machen.
presence on Ammo Hill, if that makes
Ja,
sense.
alles klar. Ich setze mich
Yeah.
irgendwie zwischen euch und Hilltop,
GRSW has
erstmal
managed to take
aufbauen könnt und so
control
eine Karte.
of Ammo Hill as well, which is
Das wird aber lange dauern hier, wir haben ja auch Kontakt
nice.
aufs
So
Sattel.
now
Ah, doch, das ist
Project Indies now has a nice uphill battle, literally, to try and get back onto Ammo Hill. And that fob isn't going to be in the best position for this kind of engagement, in my opinion. Yeah.
Der hat mir richtig schön in den Rücken geschossen.
There isn't really flanking going on from the Russia side. They're trying to brute force Vader into the,
Nach Süden und zurückfahren.
what's it called, Ammo Hill.
Yeah. I think they're going to be. The issue is currently is that I mean they haven't had any issues from it, but if they try to flank along the west side of that warrior, it's going to really do some damage to them. There we go. It's firing already into the mixer. Brother. Yeah. Oh, warrior guy's already got 3 in caps. So that's doing something. It's doing something, but it's really just locking down that west side.
Achtung, RTH, die
And
pushen
then
jetzt
there's
von
the east,
Nord
which
direkt hoch.
the east, which Project Indies are trying to push around, but there's already some Spec OE guys pushing up quite far, and of course
Wenn wir
more
gegenseitig
Spec OE guys on the
Marker für Feuerteams
hills,
haben, sollen wir das durchgeben?
nicely covering that area. Yeah. Currently it's favouring
Keine Ahnung, ganz normal.
GRSW. That's the one.
The warrior might have a shot in the flame mill at the moment. They've got Senfog scouting for him.
Is that an AT? No, it's just a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's just scouting for the warrior.
I'm not sure what the BTR's trying to achieve here. I doubt he knows that there's a repair station, but even still, just a 1v1 can be quite difficult
an der Main
to
Base.
achieve unless he gets some nice surprise on him. Looks like go. Indies have nicely taken down this Logi truck, managed to kill 2 guys, and Larry Longschlong is abandoned outside of main base. So some use definitely coming in from the camping main, but
Über den Osten,
I think a lot of
war schon die ganze Zeit okay.
It's not that worth it at the end of the day. If at least if GRSW were playing a bit more sensible and not trying to do so much vehicle movement, especially when that 30 mil
Also werden ja, kommen wir nicht so
still
weit
in a
gerade.
position to watch that main road. Not very good English from me today.
BTR is pushing.
It is, isn't it?
Where is he pushing to?
But the warrior's looking at Ammo Hill.
Talk us through some changes to mod regarding.
Why don't you?
You're the main commentator. Like, ticket values are same, right?
So yeah, I believe each team starts off with 200 tickets, and then there's
No, vehicle ticket value.
oh, vehicle shit. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so vehicle tickets are the same, vehicle respawns are the same, but the map's just modified. Which vehicles spawn, obviously, as is standard for a player, I guess. Yeah, both teams start with 200 tickets, gain some from the neutral.
Ist das Fahrzeug Marco Agrad, der 30er?
There is bleed, however there is no bleed on Ammo Hill, so the bleed will only kick in once either hilltop or logging cabin has been captured. And then once...
And
Okay.
two tickets per minute, right?
I think it's 1 or 2. The bleed has different stages, so it can either be... If you just capture hilltop, I believe it's like 1 ticket a minute, which isn't too much, but then if you're able to capture saddle and then small village, obviously the bleed increases. Mr. Matt in a nice little position there. See, Indies are really struggling because of just how they have to push up this hill, whereas GRSW has the high ground. They've got a view on pretty much everything, so they can just spam grenades down. And it's really working for them at the moment. They're just really pummeling them, preventing them from getting up.
One ET is trying to pull BTR, getting close.
Fuck!
Sorry?
And
Oh.
BTR is also getting close to the ET. You might want to catch this.
Oh yeah, so Jogi coming up. AT. So I'm really surprised that the Warrior's not actively trying to search for that BTR.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, one hit onto
Alright.
the BTR.
One
Lovely little
hit.
shot from Yugi. Should be
No
seeing the
model
BTR.
damage. No model damage. Just health damage.
Yeah, the BTR really should be thinking of getting out of there. Like, there's no way he can.
Second hit.
What a nice
Alright.
shot from Cotter. Nice little 200 meter one. See, the Warrior should just so push out. It's just. It's likely that that BTR's taken some engine damage.
No, engine's fine. BTR got lucky there. Engine is fine. He can escape.
So the BTR
But
is
the
now
driver is panicking. Driver's panicking.
should be seeing the Warrior taking this bad boy out. And a nice. Interesting from the Warrior. Can't see him, but I guess he doesn't want to push out too far, just in case there's another BTR. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Finally one shot.
Hit once,
Oh, there we go.
twice.
Come on.
It's engine
Schweißträger muss sie
shots.
zurücksetzen, haben ihn ordentlich Schaden zugefügt, ist aber nicht down.
Drivers can use a smoke engine? Yeah, he's using it now.
Kann man Senfauge durchgeben?
Unless that Warrior pushes or gets a few nice shots on it, it's probably going to be able to escape. So if it chooses to go on the
It's
same,
getting hit still.
It's on
Burning.
fire. He's done.
BTR's on fire.
rest in spaghetti.
And
There we go.
BTR's down.
Wir bekommen Feinde südlich rein, aufpassen.
It does
Okay,
open up
let's
the
see
north
what's
part of the map for the British if they wanted to flank. As Squad 3 are moving in on the east side.
Yeah.
Hilltop.
They're still being camped on their main base though.
Bis
Yeah,
verteidigen.
I believe that's the rifle
Ja,
returning
ich weiß nicht, wie viel
for
da
ammo.
kommt.
Yeah.
Okay, versuch's.
It's interesting they're not using the scout car to camp the main base. I think that would be a much more effective use, at least. You only need one person there. I mean, it's slightly louder and slightly harder to move around silently, but it would definitely just give him a bit more power. Wouldn't have to worry about ammo so much until the Warrior appears. But even then, the Hat won't be able to one-hit the Warrior, so if he can't get there, if he's unable to get that rearm in, then he's not going to be doing much anyway.
Russians are now winning in the centre for Ammo Hill. There's not many left for blue.
It does look, yeah.
The cap is going down.
By the way, Russian Hat is
Wir
camping the
verflaggen, wir
main
müssen da
base.
rauf. Gott soll da
Yeah,
wieder
we were
rein.
talking about
Auf
that.
Norden. Verlieren den Norden, komm rein.
No, I didn't.
Oh, here he is.
And the Warrior is coming back to main base, I think.
Yeah, it is indeed. I think it's just going to go return up onto OP Fortress. It's got all the stuff it needs there, so there's no real reason for it to return to main base. Look,
You might want to capture this. It's heading to Hat.
GRSW
Warriors.
is really, they're spreading out a lot, but it's really weakened them in the center of Ammo Hill, and that big thrust from P2 has just really come and pushed them off.
OP Warriors heading to Hat.
Yeah, I don't know why I guess he's just trying to use the road, but
Even if he was to hit it,
he's not got his mate with the ammo anyway. Yeah, he's just using the road. You gonna try?
yeah, he's got
Warriors
it out.
gonna try to climb the hill to Fortress.
Yeah. Bid must be just waiting for his mate, but it's a lovely
brilliant
little shot.
Oh, nice hit! Nice
But
hit,
he does
man.
get taken down by Brother, so it's not going to do much. The
Yeah,
engine's still up. Unless
Wir haben gestoppt.
unless Indies are already prepared with a tow on
Ja, es wechselt die ganze Zeit.
Hilltop, I don't think that's going to be doing much. Let's,
For
see,
the
actually.
Warrior with the engine in front is quite an advantage for if you were to get attacked by flanking,
Yeah.
like that's what happens here.
It looks like they might be trying to set up a tow on Hilltop. If they can get that up quickly before that Warrior is fully repaired. Yeah, there we go. Tornado is
Heavy
coming up.
AT steht Kreuzung Main.
So if they can get that up before the Warrior is fully repaired, then they should be able to take it out with one rocket. But if they're too slow, or the Warrior hides in decent cover, then it won't really materialize into anything.
Flipping flags is the same as vanilla, right? 32.
I'm not sure. Probably
well.
should have got a notepad up.
Just they have predicted the Warrior's movement to where it has been sitting.
Klar auf die Anfahrt.
So when they get in the tow, they'll have obvious sight lines of where it's going to be.
Yeah. So some GRSW players pushing up onto Ammo Hill. Nidek with a nice double kill there. Cannot get the third, but some really nice fighting
Okay, wir
going on.
haben's wieder. Ich hab Norden alle gewiped. Pusht einfach rauf. Ich hab den Norden komplett clear.
I'm interested that there's not really anyone kind of holding the flanks and shooting in. The most of the fighting is just happening straight through the middle. No real interaction from the sides of the ammo hill. That's English. That's English, isn't it? Oh, another BTR is coming out of main base and is heading towards the whichever fortress this was. There's like 3 fortresses now, which is lovely. Not sure what it's trying to do. Like, if it times itself right with the tow and can just finish off the warrior when it's on low health, then it would be really effective. But personally, I think that it probably would have been a better idea to have both BTRs out at the start instead of just sending them in piecemeal as they are now.
The tow is up right now. He's just building a sandbag in front of it, and then needs
Call
to
it
reload it.
Cornet League.
Guck einfach den einmal den
Cornetto.
kompletten Rest ab. Die dürfen da nicht mehr pushen. Unsere Jungs werden da weggefragt.
2 hours in there. I had a cornet today actually.
More flavour.
It was a strawberry one. I'm not really a fan of nuts, so like it was a strawberry one or like the kind of regular one. Come on. Can he see it though? He's got a nice view on it, but that warrior is looks like it's full health, so I think there we go. He's finally got on it. Here we go. Here we go. Will this be big play? Really needs to make sure that so the 30mm is actually sneaking up the side of the map. Should be able to get the pounce on it once the warrior is low. And if the warrior is not paying attention while repairing, then it's could end badly for GRSW. It's really
Warrior can see the ATGM, by the way. I don't know why they haven't spotted.
It's like a standoff. They're just all looking at each other. Yeah.
Ammo hill is so 50-50 at the
I
moment.
really want to focus on something else, but this is just too interesting.
I know.
Why isn't this guy firing? Oh, he must be waiting for the 30mm for sure. But I don't know. Personally, I think if he fires now and the 30mm gets there in like a minute, it's not going to be too much of a difference. Especially if there's a potential that he... There we go, he finally fires. And it's a nice hit. Lovely hit. Lovely hit.
Nice hit.
And I believe the warrior is just going to return to...
No, he doesn't need to return. It's just next to the repair station.
Yeah, to return to the repair station, but he should be reversing.
Okay, warriors engaging the ATGM now.
Oh,
and it's down. Nice.
Beautiful.
Well played.
Well
Really should
played
be-
by Indies.
If they'd positioned the warrior in a place where it could be quicker, like it was quicker to return behind cover instead of just staying out there and trying to repair, then that could have paid off really well for them. But it didn't. So now, if P2&Indies know that fob is there, that 30mm should be able to get up there, take it down, get a nice 10 tickets for them.
Ammo has been neutral for about 2 minutes.
That's interesting. Because P2 are actually edging their way ahead on tickets. Currently they're on a 22 ticket lead, which is interesting considering that they were unable to capture ammo hill at the start.
Mortars are up on hilltop now. I think they're just ranging it in for the hab if they'd like to.
Yes, they have in fact marked the hab on the map. So if doesn't look like there's too many rally points either for GRSW, so if they can get accurate kills on that hab, that's going to be
They know where radio is as well. They've put more markers on the radio.
There's a fair few P2&Indies guys flanking quite deep on the east side around the ammo, the logging cabin. One guy actually sneaked two guys from GRSW inside of Hilltop, at least around Hilltop.
The lack of flanking going on, even during the medium stages from Russian side, is like it's disappointing, to be honest. I would expect more flanking going on at this level of the game.
Mortars are really short, and there's no one in really to call them in for them.
Ich bring dann direkt auf Ammo Hill, okay?
It's clearly not quite We Love Squad's mortar calculator they're using. Something has happened. I believe the scout car has taken out another truck of infantry from GAG. GAG really not having much luck on these flanks. So yeah, the scout car's going to return, probably clean up the 2 infantry remaining, and then
By the way,
return to
GR82 is flipped proper. They are trying to unflip it. You might want to capture this. quick capture.
Oh boy.
ETR started burning now. You need,
Wir haben eine Feindlich
you
abgefunden.
need a second vehicle to save it.
Close an Ammohöhlen.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Yeah, I think they've abandoned it.
Yeah, that's 15 tickets. No, not 15. 10 tickets gone.
It's unlucky for them. Still holding a
Yeah.
30 ticket lead though, so that's good of them. Nothing really materializing around Hilltop. Seeing as P2 and Indies have their fob outside of Hilltop, GRSW, just called GR kind of looking around in the wrong spot, really. Nothing except mortars on Hilltop, which is quite smart. But if,
Ich werde jetzt versuchen, die
but like I
abzupushen.
said earlier, if a GR can get eyes on their radio, then they can mortar that down. But yeah, no one's really using mortars other than Indies, and they haven't used theirs to much success so far. Surprisingly though, Hab is going down on a radio and probably a Hab. Yeah, there's sticks there on Ammo Hill. So GRSW have pushed their Hab up. They dug down their fob. At least I believe they did it. I probably should have paid more attention. And they're getting a fob and Hab up right on Ammo Hill. So this could end really well for them in terms of just getting that reinforcements in. But it's so close that if
It is
P2
risky.
and Indies get close up on that north side, they might be able to neutralize it and then just pour in. And if Indies just starts mortaring Ammo Hill, even without knowing that that fob is there, then they could just most certainly just hit that Hab and start causing a world of pain for GR.
We love squad are making a push onto the enemy hub right now.
They are. So
Really winning the fights.
some nice work from Coincidence there to try and take
Das ist
out
ja
GR.
Hab neutralized.
Das deaktiviert. Wir machen sie jetzt. Perfekt, good job.
Ich schau.
There is a very slow flank
Ich
going
pushe ein
on
Stück
the
Richtung
south
Süden hoch,
side,
wo die
by
alle
the way,
waren.
through logging camp.
Granate.
Shit, so
Anbau.
teams have kind of flipped around with positions. So you've got GR taking the north side of Ammo Hill and a fair amount of P2 and Indies going around on the south around logging cabin.
Granate.
But they're searching for the fob which has been dug down by GR. So there's not,
Deaktiviert.
unless it's going to take a while for them to really get into any more action. And
Fob ist noch aktiv. Ihr müsst runterpushen.
yes. But
Ich
Indies have
geh mit meinen
managed to
Toten rein auf die
kill the
Fob.
people camping their hab and are going to be able to dig this up. But the issue now is that the GRSW guys they killed are just going to easily be able to pour down from the Ammo Hill, keep nade spamming, maybe even get mortars up. We know We Love Squad loves their mortars.
Weißt du, wo das Radio steht, Adi?
But even more
Nee, ich weiß sie
GRSW
nicht.
boys
Auf jeden Fall
pushing
ist da nur
in.
die Hub. Mach sie weg, auf jeden Fall. Also, dass sie fast runter ist.
Again, the Indies have sidelines on the enemy fob on top of Ammo Hill, so we might see some more mortars going out.
Settle attack
MG aufpassen, MG Norden.
The crew of the BTR-82 is going to take down the repair station raid on the OP Fortress. I guess this way they can... what's it called?
So this year should get a nice little bit of a lead, a longer, a wider lead in tickets. So that should make it about 60, 55, 67 tickets. Supposed to be doing maths, but
They've
once
completely
again,
taken the fob away.
GRSW have fucking rolled them on this fob, leaving sticks, I believe. So Indies would be unable to put a new hab on Hilltop.
Copy. RTH, push hier push hier
So
auf
really
der
nice
Top.
work from
Wir warten bis ihr habt und dann
GRSW.
gehen wir
Probably
auf
could have
Zettel,
done a
okay?
bit more action on that.
Gut.
There was a ping on the radio. They might know where it is.
Ich weiß nicht, auf jeden Fall,
It would not surprise me. Yeah,
Nee,
Beck's
lasst
running in there.
drauf. Ist ein alternativer Angriff auf
Should
Zettel.
get good eyes on it.
Yep.
So in terms of kills, surprisingly, despite Indies' leads, they are in fact behind by
Beide
around
gefunden.
30 kills.
Markiert. Ich
Some
hab
of
keinen
the
Schaufel.
Spec OE guys doing really good.
Copy,
Omnius
ich
going
schick
13-0 with an MG.
ich schick
Unsurprising
einen.
really, considering
Wir
the,
sitzen gerade noch
just
an der
the map
gegnerischen
layout.
Cornet.
MGs can really
Also-
do some work.
Wir wissen aber nicht, zu welcher Hub das wird. Ja, genau,
But
wahrscheinlich der
it's
Fob.
really
Ja, ist okay. Süden.
not going well for Indies at the moment. They've lost that hab, they've been pushed off of Hilltop, and that fob, 2 fob trucks, or lodges, or whatever you want to call it. So you've got P2 coming in to try and get a fob for attacking Hilltop. and then some Indies guys coming in to fob up on saddle and start pushing towards there.
I think the mistake Indies did with their hab is
Wie
they
viel hast du
put it
gecapped?
too close to the ammo hill down the skirt of the
Jetzt bei
hill.
80%.
Yeah,
You don't really want to put
Gut, dann
your
rote ich
spawn
raus.
points that close to the skirt of a hill, especially if it's ammo hill. It's a really tough flag to get through since you have to climb, and enemy can just look down to your spawn.
Might have been a MTLB, I'm not
I
sure.
mean, there's no other better spots, but
Yep.
still I wouldn't put it there.
We've noticed where P2 have stopped just east of Hilltop,
I
and
am
their
gegnerische Lodge viel Infanterie.
with markers going down
Oh, fuck.
at where they stopped,
On Hilltop.
where they intend on putting the
Small
radio.
marker.
They have put the radio there as well.
yep. Raw
Yeah.
Frost already
Right,
taking
right,
some
right.
shots down on them.
Okay,
P2
wir
are
kriegen
fighting
einen
back
Norden
though
von
and have taken down
Versuchen euch die Gegner
Nimrod.
abzuhalten.
But
Copy, nice.
doesn't look like it's too good. They're likely going to have to put their hab inside of the village, which is a pretty B-Tech kind of standard position.
Saddle is also going down, by the way. Yeah, Saddle is also going
That
down.
was a very quick push from Gag. They've managed to get onto Saddle and are capping. Probably thanks to that. Well, actually, they've just run from Ammo Hill. This is going very well for them. Indies should be able to realise that that's going down just from looking at the map. So yeah, they've dismounted early. Sorry.
I
I
mean,
mean, there's too much happening.
Sadly, I don't speak French. If I ever listen, I would be able to tell, but I don't speak French. But Scott 4 is trying to come back and deny this saddle.
Yeah. So there's still a few Indies guys and P2 guys just chilling on Ammo Hill. So they might be able to take that fob down, which will give them a nice extra 10 tickets to kind of dampen the loss. Because although Indies... Oh, I know what's fucking wrong. The logos are the wrong way round. Oh my god.
What's the wrong way around?
I think. Yeah, so Indies is actually losing, but the logos on the overlay say that Indies is on the left.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just realized that. Yeah,
Yeah, fuck me.
I just realized that.
Blame Rusky, you can't trust these Aussies.
Oh, can we swap it?
I believe you can. So P2 neutralizing this fob on Ammo Hill, but Chris has managed to save it, it looks like, unless Sikaro can. So, yeah,
You might wanna tell the logo issue to casters again. Sorry, not casters. Spectators.
Do you want to do it?
No.
Yeah, so GRSW with complete control over Hilltop, really pushing onto that P2 fob. Nice work from them, and then pretty much almost full control over Saddle. Kind of struggling a bit now that some more P2&Indies guys are getting down there.
Habt ihr noch Munition dabei? Unser MG hat nichts mehr.
Bit bad luck, really.
Ah, no, Mann. Ja,
RTH, könnt ihr im Norden von uns mal reinballern?
Womit? Keine Ahnung.
Ey, mit irgendwas hier. Wir haben auf jeden Fall Gegner Nord.
Ja, wir haben Feinde in Saddle.
Indies have stopped. Sorry, Russians have stopped the saddle from going down.
Yep. GRSW also trying to dig up their fob on Ammo Hill, but there's a big wave of
Wir haben jetzt auf jeden Fall verhindert, der Arme. Ich versuche
Indies
das
guys
Radio
pushing in,
wegzugraben.
who should be able to kill. There we go. So that should be a nice easy 10 tickets for Indies. Take from GRSW.
They should also destroy that truck, which is Zika destroying. Yeah, there goes 5 tickets.
What was that?
Zika destroying the truck.
I thought you were talking some kind of like Arabic language.
English,
No, man. No. Every ticket counts at this stage.
It does. It's widening the gap now to 66 tickets. Number of the devil, I believe.
Isn't it 666?
Yeah, we'll 6-6, you know.
You were never an anarchist, were you?
So yeah, doesn't look like Indies and P2 are going to have much of a chance to really get back up onto Hilltop. They've still got their fob there, but there's nothing really coming from it. I think they're just trying to stabilize on Saddle before they try and do anything major to try and retake Hilltop.
Geiger really making it hard for him to approach into the flag.
Radio
As soon as
den-
they cross that
bei dem
defilade,
Logic da drüben. Auf der
they're just
Markierung.
looking into the building when they can just hide in the windows.
Deck Richtung Hilltop, Richtung Armor Hill. Wir haben
Gag,
Feinde da.
Gag. Fucking GRSW also have the higher hill on the south, which should give them somewhat of an advantage. And a lot of
Kann der Clown
Indies
sehen?
guys are kind of covering behind the bunkers, which
Ja, ich denke schon.
are quite exposed from the hills, so we might be seeing a few geezers going down here. GRSW still haven't spotted out their hab though, which is interesting. Yeah, so it's pretty much a stalemate at the moment, just over saddle. Still a few guys on Ammo Hill for P2, and a few guys from
GR are taking the radio now. That's P2.
Wir haben da Feindhab. Feindhab ist markiert. In Osten von Zettel.
Yeah, so P2 losing their radio. GRSW should be able to take that down easily. They did get a hab up, I believe, but already gone. Looks like they're just gonna leave it. Or dig that down, mate. Go on, go on. Yeah, he's gonna dig that down. No real reason to leave
Kam gerade das Radio.
radios or anything
Nördlich
ground
von
at this point in
Zettel
the game, especially in such a kind of open area. And yeah, a GRSW have finally marked this hab. Not sure what's if they're. I'm not really gonna get any mortars up. They're not using mortars. They've got no kind of fob other than that one east of logging cabins to kind of do any fire missions out. So I doubt we'll be
Das ist
seeing
das Radio, die haben
mortars.
noch irgendwo ein anderes Radio.
Joji
Ja,
going on a Rambo mission.
So einer.
Entschuldigung, war falsches Teil.
Here he goes.
Go on, my son. Oh, he sees him. He's got some mad trigger discipline.
Have you heard him?
Don't think.
No.
Yeah. Any of it?
Interesting.
Yeah. Nothing materialized from the grenade. Didn't know he's there. Someone spawned, so nice second. Third. The unit.
Wir müssen erstmal die Feindhab unter Kontrolle kriegen, dann kriegen wir Zettel.
He is pulling a lot of attention off the.
Oh, and he goes down to
Squad 1 push hier
coincidence.
weiter rauf, dann gehe ich weiter.
But they're gonna know that's there, and seeing as there's
Ich verteidige
5 people
die
now who
Hälfte
are
im
down
Norden
there.
von Hilltop.
If
Der Rest
GRSW was to push right now,
versucht
there'd
auch
be
die
a
Hand zu
lot of
kriegen aus dem
guys
Norden von meinem Rallye aus.
unavailable, and
Yeah,
people
maybe
trying to
so.
revive them. It'd be a nice time to push, but I don't think there's anyone close enough to push at this
Ooh,
current stage.
They've got MG looking down the hub now.
What was that? Flush
Squad 4.
Guga Toch. We said about how no one was really flanking early game, but a lot of flanks are coming out for GRSW at the moment. Sure.
No, I was saying no flanks was going on for Russia's.
I think
GRSW were fine with flanking all game.
well, they never really materialized in the beginning. I should stop saying that word. They never really got anything or achieved anything in mid game really until kind of towards the later mid game. But now they've got guys all over the place, which if Indies were to kind of centralize and just all fire over the one spot, which they're starting to do now, but they've still got 5 or 6 guys out on the west flank who keep getting spotted by
Auf
artillery.
der Westseite von
But
Hilltop, markiert im Wald.
if Indies was just to regroup, they could really
Mehrere
do some
Gegner.
damage
2, 3, 4,
considering how
5 Gegner
spread
mindestens kommen
GRSW
da
is
zum Westen.
really happening at the moment.
Genau auf der Marke von Zahlen.
I mean, GRSW's spread at the start of the round helped them. I think helped them a lot through the mid and late game because it's easier to capitalize on the better spread of your team if you are better spread compared to bulk or blobbing.
So kills going 40 ahead for GRSW. I think we all probably expected that, considering, at least in my opinion, the British have a lot better weapons. I think in like a squad of 4, everyone can get a scope. Like medics have scopes. Like
Two marksmen you can
everyone
have.
and their nan has a scope on the British side, so it's quite useful for them. Whereas, don't want to chat shit about the game, but
Wir
a
sollten was zur Not
couple
auf
of Russian
Hilltop
guys
setzen,
have the
glaube ich.
nice, lovely little bogey spot.
Ich weiß nicht, wie viele die noch vor unserer Mainbase stehen haben.
Green dot, whatever you want to call
Russians have for this have spot choice is really not
it. It really
ideal.
isn't. Really isn't.
Yeah, you can like from the east hill, which already are getting happening. They're getting just pinned down.
Some really nice MG plays, not just on the
Abend.
flanks, but Dandalf has managed to take down 2 Indies guys with his MG in nice close quarters fighting. Some, yeah. Still got Omnius going 14, 0 and 17 with his MG.
Feindliches Scout fährt zu unserer FOB, südlich von Zettel.
Not bad.
Okay, hast du ATs dafür?
You Indies guys doing quite well in terms of kills. Fabi 16.
Vielleicht der Heavy AT, ich weiß nicht, wer
22.
den hat. Einmal da oben
Nothing
spawnen.
too
Ja,
massive
wir haben
from
den
anyone
Odessa.
else, really.
Bei dem Norden.
Yogi geht schon jagen.
But if Indies are unlucky,
Denk dann, dass du zwei
they might
LRT
get their
brauchst,
fob
aber rennt
spotted over here, and that could be a real source of problems for them. Especially if GRSW can get control of this road, prevent Indies from crossing over to that fob, just kind of section them off and take down that fob. Is Trenchfire's gonna notice this guy like right next to him? What the hell? Not the best play there from Trenchfires, but
Was mit der FOB machen? Gibt's die noch?
once again another MG coming in big.
Ja, die ist noch aktiv. Die ist immer noch
Ruger
aktiv.
Terror
Ist genau auf Marker.
12, 620. MGs aren't overpowered at all, are they, Bill?
Harder, Bill.
Got a nice view of the ground here while following Fleischsteiger. Yeah, it's probably looking like. So the Indies push on the west of Hilltop has just been squashed completely. And they're getting really kind of just tied up around the saddle, pushed nice and narrow by GRSW, who are still running only off that one fob. I don't think there's...
Wenn ihr auf Hilltop die 5 Süden wegbekommt, kann ich
It's
euch
not that big of a deal that they don't have much ammo, but there could be potential for them to have ammo issues unless they're resupplied. Got our little man, Beard, still out with the hat in the middle of nowhere by main base, not doing anything at all.
Ich brauche noch kurz 10 Sekunden für das Radio, oder 20.
Got 3
Warte
kills.
mit dem Lotchi.
I mean, he's doing something. It's not much.
It's gonna be hard to recover
Yeah.
from 8 ticket difference in the second round for Indies and Project.
Yeah, for sure.
All tickets remain.
Yeah. I don't think that GRSW are going to be able to get that fob or saddle down in the time remaining. But I think so long as they play it smart, they should try and keep as nice of a ticket lead as possible. They should know that they're struggling.
We will also see if the Britain is the superior faction, obvious superior faction in the second round, I guess. Let's see what
For sure.
Indies can do with the British tools at their disposal.
Shit, I should probably change my... Sorry about that.
Kill difference is not much, not that different by
It's been about
not
30.
dramatically different.
About
I mean,
30, yeah.
it's to be expected since GRSW had better spread map presence and pushed all the way to their last flag. Not last flag, sorry, small villages still.
Could be partly to the map dynamics where it does push you into close combat by playing underneath.
And
because they're hills, you're playing quite close.
Yeah, and the spawn placement choices of the Indies, I think, didn't do good for them in terms of KD.
Supply center.
Yeah. I think one thing about this map is just how effective that the MGs can be when placed properly.
Nice.
So they go
Yeah.
a 79
GG.
ticket win
Humiliation.
for GRSW. A humiliation, apparently.
Let's see.
To a 1 member. But yeah, so
Well
we'll
done.
be having a
I
nice
love
5-minute
you.
break.
We've clearly got the most
wouldn't be it's not too bad on kills, so yeah, it would be good to see if like GB is the superior faction. Interesting to see how Indies plays their vehicles as well, considering how they played them this game. But yeah, we will be right back at you. 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
I think they had a heavy anti-tank is a whole round in front of our fucking main and wasted him. Fucking genius.
Oof. Welcome back for round 2. Starting soon in approximately 38 seconds. So GRSW have won. Wait, it says. Oh, they've won by 81 tickets because somehow P2 got -2 tickets. Cool. Seen that in a while. So yeah, so GRSW up by 81 tickets going into this. Nice little push towards the end there where they managed to not only take Ammo Hill but also Hilltop and then put a lot of pressure and just really fishbowl Indies on Saddle. Definitely could have been a lot better positioning and some opening strats from Indies. So hopefully they'll rectify that in this round.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got perms. I don't think we do. Oh, we do. Cool. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna switch teams.
Don't forget to turn off map. That's map
Yeah.
stop I told.
Fuck. There you go. Oh shit. Okay, my game's fucked. I need to disconnect. Good.
That was fast.
Like I must have spammed Shift P too much, and
You
it like.
didn't turn off stream, right?
No, why would I?
Okay.
No, it's Shift P, and it would like I'd press like a button, and it would just take me out of Shift P. That's nice. That's nice.
Is this a thing with a mod where if you're in main base, the flag just disappears in the corner?
Yeah.
You know how you usually have to move out?
Yeah,
It's pretty neat.
you don't even need to spawn in main.
Oh,
It's quite a nice feature.
Yeah, you can just shift P from spawn screen.
lovely.
Alright, here we go. Back in. Back at it again.
With the white vans.
Je pars en logis, moi. Je pars en logis pour F.
Ah bah ok.
Alright. So.
Again, JR, like Indies are only taking out 130 mil and the scout car.
Is the second round starting?
Yeah, we got 1 minute and 40 till.
I thought there will be more.
God, Bill, you're not very well versed, are you? Yeah, so 2 Logi trucks, a BTR 30, and a scout car for GRSW with a shit ton of infantry spawned in on Hilltop.
Ouais, ok.
Shit ton of infantry spawned in on logging for Indies.
À la limite, il devrait monter
And
dans
then
le
they
warrior,
have
comme ça il peut être déposé direct, enfin le plus
The
proche.
warrior and 2 Logis with a significant amount of infantry in both Logis actually for Indies. So it'll be likely for them to start trying to get some early game flanks, which could pay off. However, if they're unable to really just secure Amir Hill at the start, then it could really backfire.
One of the supply trucks from British side is looking south. I wonder where they're going. Oh, never mind. It's just turning around. I thought it would go somewhere towards the east.
Blind has said, me and Daddy going to do the nasties during the break.
No, we didn't. Don't believe it.
Oh shit. Oh, 20 seconds and we will be beginning.
Allez, les gars, on s'accroche.
Allez, on y croit.
It's weird. It's taken a whole half and I haven't actually said baguette yet. Like.
No, don't. Okay, that's good.
You've already run it, but you just said it.
Don't. Okay.
Omelette de fromage.
I'm sorry. I'm le petit foulot. So we are off round 2. GRSW leads by 81 tickets. Already seeing Indies and GRSW as usual pushing towards Amir Hill.
By the way, sorry for interrupting. The warrior slipped. By the way, warrior cock block both supply trucks while leaving the main base.
So Indies actually going for a fob on Bunker Hill. Could be interesting. Not many infantry from our GRW, whatever their name is, going straight towards Amir Hill. A lot of infantry for Indies moving towards there. The scout car moving up to capture Saddle, which is a really good decision, and should give GRSW a nice view over the east of Amir Hill. A fob going down as well for Indies. I don't like these positions. I just really don't. I know that they'll have the west side covered by the warrior if it goes towards Fortress, but it's just so open. I mean, We Love Squad. I know Tillo's not playing for them anymore, but they love them more. At least they used to love their mortars.
Véhicule sur saddle.
So if mortars come out in this round, it could really cuck them.
Here we go.
A lot of Spec OE actually pushing through the open ground. If Indies were quicker setting up, they could really catch them out there, but nothing really happening. And then another really close fob. Jesus, it's just a repeat of last round.
I'm tight in the center.
Very close together here.
Camion en reste d'homme, oui.
Let's get in on the action. SWC with the first kill of the game.
What was it called in Dota? First blood, and the announcement was weird.
Mate, I'm pretty sure that's in like probably pretty much every game. Like Halo and like COD.
Didn't Dota start it though? Was it Dota who started it?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Faut que Fabi descende pour aller caper.
So, already a big kind of line of GRSWs forming. Not many on Ammo Hill for GRSW, but they're really doing quite well against what is there from Indies on Ammo Hill. Very spread out towards the east as well, so there's Indies on the east are already taking contacts.
Like first round, GRSW is trying to get better map presence compared to Indies. I don't know why Indies are not paying more attention to that. Anyway, I keep saying Indies.
I mean,
it's so hard to say Phoenix. Follow up.
Oh, Kaluma is going to be in a bit of trouble here. If he sees the geezer. There we go. Brings down Mayo. So, yeah, it's just back and forth a bit currently. Indies really need to go and try and get more bodies on ammo.
British side has ATGM set up that can see the whole road between OP Fortress and Ammo Hill.
That's a very nice one actually. Should be able to catch out. Should be able to catch out that VTR 30 mode if they can see them at least. But mate, just judging by that, it might be that. Oh. So P2 have actually got the warrior in the same position as GRSW did, but they didn't use repair station. Repair station didn't really pay off for GRSW the last round. Not sure what the warrior's engaging. He must be trying to go for the toe. No, he's engaging tree.
It's kind of just hiding at the moment.
GRSW also has ATGM like the first round, exactly same spot on top of the hilltop.
It's a very common spot, just for any kind of pub game either as well. So. Unsurprising.
I guess it will be meta throughout the tournament.
Although it's such a common spot though. Surely the warriors in both rounds should have been able to like just see it just out of instinct. If they'd pre-planned and like prepared, probably better at least. They should be aware how visible they are to a toe or ATGM or whatever on the hilltop. So yeah. P2 might be caught out there. I don't think the Indies toe actually has a view on the.
He's fired.
Missed. Really good from P2 actually there. They just happened to back up the warrior as it fired. That not having a repair station there could be the death of this warrior for sure.
Toby, you remember how you were praising the MGs on the first round? Come to the southeast side next to BRDM and see what Communist is doing.
Oh dear.
You guys know those Age of Empires watchtowers? It's like that. He's being that watchtower.
I think he spent like the whole of the last round in one of them. I'm not completely sure. But Snafu in the scout car as well. Already on one kill.
Clip it. Clip it.
Alright. Yeah, so GRSW actually pushing quite far into the logging cabin, but Indies managed to kill them and keep capping. Russian side, or GRSW taking full control over Ammo Hill. That's really surprising, especially considering how few they put on it at the start. They're doing a real nice job.
Allez les gars, on y croit, moi faut pousser.
Clearly that was bad luck. Whenever I try and look at someone like first person, I get them killed. They die as soon as I see them.
But JR they've just won in the centre. There's nothing more to it. They had a worse position from down the hill. They put a fob in the same position as Indies did, and they've just won the fights.
By the way, Warrior is down. Did you catch that?
I didn't actually.
Warrior is down. I think the ATGM from the hilltop.
I'm not being very observant today, considering I'm an observer.
Yeah, I mean, we are three spectators, but still missed it.
So now that Ammo has been captured, GRSW is starting to flank. So I believe this flanks. Yeah, this is been coming since the start of the round. I believe that Logi headed there right at the beginning, set up a fob east of main base for the GB, and now is starting to push. So if they can get a rally there, start rally hopping some geezers into this squad, they can put some real pressure onto the logging cabin.
Oh my god. That kill feed.
Shit, it's just machine guns.
Just MGs.
Terra Tobbs is doing bits. He's on 309. He's in such a mad position as well. Once you have the height advantage and it's open ground, you can just do so much damage for MGs. It's all going in the way of...
GB lost hub?
On a perdu sur la...
Hub? Was that the hub?
Looks like Joji just...
Where was it?
It's down.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah, Joji's the hat, so he
side of ammo here.
Joji just hatted the radio down. Shit, so much... I didn't expect this to happen.
It's not going on.
I'm gonna focus now.
So, the warrior, not the warrior, Ferdyman has actually picked up 4 to 4 guys for GRSW. Looks like they're trying to probably flank towards Bunker Hill and maybe logging. Probably not going to work too well considering that ATGM is watching the road and has been manned all game. So let's see. Despite losing that fob though, Indies still does have a fob around Bunker Hill, which isn't too far from logging cabin. And that gag flank from GRSW has just really failed. Their rally's still up, their fob's still up, but there just wasn't enough guys. It's clearly only 3 guys trying to push, so not really enough.
Do you wanna show the squad compositions, by the way, so as to get
BTR West Amoil, en direction de Fortress.
Oh, is he gonna try and... So they got the tow here, but Le Petit Foulot is unable to...
I think he's trying to look for the 30 mil, but the 30 mil is just behind the hill.
So the 30 mil has really slipped by, but it's just dropping infantry straight into a fishbowl of P2&Indies guys.
That was a hot insertion.
No one's actually died yet. What's going on? Tomofy with a double. This could actually work really well in favour of...
This is an interesting push with the BTR.
How is this happening, man? Go on, Nidek. I'm proud. Oh, maybe not. Tomofy actually doing bits. Gets a third. Takes down... Oh my Christ! Oh, when he goes down to free player. What a sad ending to that incredible story of courage and... something under fire. Will Le Petit Foulot be able to take out the 30 mil? The 30 mil stopped. It should be able to.
On a le hub ennemi plein nord de Amoil. Je vais essayer de pousser avec 2-3 gars.
There we go. Finally. Finally. Nice double there on the 30 mil. But Indy's already behind by 62 tickets, which is unless they can get a big push on Ammo Hill going, it's going to be a real struggle to try and get that back.
Yeah, like turns out it's not the British, it's the teams.
A question: how effective the hub in the south is going to be for the attack onto logging cabin? I thought Squad 5 and Indies had their attention then, but they turned back around. Maybe they've got a rally on the fort. It was clear.
So multiple squads actually spawning on the south of logging cabin. The issue being though is that since that first push from GAG was so not necessarily poor, but just so weak on manpower, Indies have already got a few guys on the south ready to just look out for that push. So once that push comes, even if they can't stop it, there'll be enough time for guys to move south from logging and start like blocking them off on the streets and hopefully preventing them from getting to logging cabin. The north side of logging is actually looking particularly weak. A lot of space between the red mass of GRSW players, but only actually Coincidence, is it? Yeah, Coincidence is the only P2 player sitting here.
Specco just walk into the cap from the east right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Marginal line is broken. French are getting rolled in again.
Ça va les gars sur le gig?
So regarding squad setups, actually,
mais ça va.
as Bill wanted to mention, let's see. So it looks like for both teams at least, as they're made up of multiple clans, so you've got Indies and P2, and then you've got the 4 clans of GRSW.
Voilà, très bien.
Because of that, they're really sticking to their mates, like playing in squads mainly made up of them. They have GRSW does have that one squad for the scout car, I believe it is. No, actually not. It's just Nap in his own squad, I guess.
Ils sont close S de logging cabin. Hein.
Who knows?
They're getting a bit squashed now on logging.
Yeah. I really would have liked to see better warrior plays from both teams, to be honest, instead of just driving to warrior to OP fortress and trying to snipe people from far away. I mean, if
c'est très close au nord aussi.
That doesn't turn out to be fruitable, so for future matches, teams might just want to allocate those 2 guys to something else instead of giving them to the warrior, which doesn't really achieve anything. Same goes for the BTR, I guess.
In my opinion, at least while you have that warrior up, it kind of gives you somewhat of protection from
oh yeah, there's that like rent free
from the BTRs, and I'd say it'd probably be better to have the warrior there than having a tow there, because the warrior can be used more against multiple targets, so infantry and vehicles, whereas the tow is just one guy who can only really engage vehicles unless a constant ammo supply is there. But GRSW storming into logging cabin, there's no fob to be found here though, so I was going to say that Indies can put up a good fight on Bunker Hill, but they actually have to go to OP Fortress, which will be their next cap. So they could really struggle, especially if do they still have a corner? Yeah, they got a mortar on Hilltop, and if that guy gets into the corner, he could be able to catch out any lodges going towards Fortress, which could be very sad for Indies.
Yeah, we also didn't really see much mortar action going on, right? Like first round, some mortars exploded, but they were constant.
I think that's very lucky for both teams, especially just considering how forward and out in the open their fobs and habs were. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Like we're returning to the days of where mortars are quite often used to mortar down fobs that are in the open, and I mean, yeah. So GRSW seen the hab up Bunker Hill, so they should really be getting some mortars on it.
You can also blame the blast radius, nerfed blast radius of the mortars too, I guess.
Yeah. But it's back in fashion for sure. And
you need to send scouts to be very precise. It's not a area denial weapon anymore. Like, oh, we found enemy have this, disable it from distance weapon right now.
Yeah.
I think mortars should quite obviously be anti-infantry rather than
yeah, they're anti-asset, right? I agree.
Yeah.
But I mean, they also have smoke. I don't know if smoke could have been used. The first round they could have used during the ammo hill push, maybe the smoke.
Especially when they were trying to what was it? Indies was trying to push uphill. If they'd smoked off the top, or at least even just smoked the top, like more at the top, prevent them from looking down, and then they could have really pushed in.
Yeah, I agree. It would have increased their trade percentage chance, I think.
Yeah. So Indies just really struggling on logging, as you can see. Cap going neutral. Should be full capped for GRSW soon. Ammo Hill, we actually see a Logi truck. I believe that's probably going to pick up the remains of Squad 2 at Ammo and start taking them over to OP Fortress, which is undefended at the moment. There is some guys spawning in at main base, so we've got Squad 1 with 5 guys coming in with a Logi. And the corner is in fact manned on hilltops, so this could work really well for GRSW, at least. If they are able to hit that cornet shot and then get that truck all the way up in. Else, if the cornet works and P2 are unable to put up a defense for Fortress, then it's just going to be an easy cap, and it's just going to be back onto Bunker Hill. And Bunker Hill, not the ideal place to fight at the moment. There's a few issues, as the what's it called? The bunkers aren't actually bulletproof. You can shoot through them with even a pistol.
OP Fox just so open.
Yeah.
We're just gonna walk in here right now.
Yeah, the truck is already going full of infantry.
Kill's really going the way of the Russians, so it's not proving it doesn't prove Bill's hypothesis that the British is the more superior side.
Well, yeah, like I said earlier, it turns out it's not the factions, it's the teams.
Mm.
How's the squad lead come of Indies, right? Indies and
well,
Phoenix, right?
for a start, there isn't much, and for seconds, if there was much, I wouldn't know what was going on.
I can't make the squad because they didn't make the third squad. So if I make the squad, I block the scoreboard. it becomes the third squad.
Oh. What? I don't know. A big push of RTH players coming in onto Fortress.
They're gonna see
Coincident is definitely going to get caught out here. Let's see if he can.
Yeah.
Can he save it?
Oh, you shouldn't have fired. You shouldn't have fired.
Let's see if is this Dylan? Yeah, Dylan is just going to try and he's killed Mayo. He might, if he could. This could be the clutch of the century. Who needs to watch CS? Oh, he's going back for the
grenades coming.
It would be some serious plays.
J'ai déjà contact qui arrive sur OP
To say if the sandbags dug up and blocked the nade or something, that would be sick. But even if he can dig this hab up, those two guys are probably going to be able to neutralize it quickly.
Indies can double neutral this, by the way. They gain control of logging cabin.
Yeah.
Ouais, bien reçu.
Seems like GRSW is stretched a bit too thin. Dylan, really, come on, kill that guy. Jeez.
Should we just say IP instead of Indie? I mean,
IP
us saying Indies is not doing justice to Phoenix. It's like only Indies.
If we play vote, I might just say FA. Because it's FAOB.
Du coup, on peut pas. Du coup, faut bien aider sur OP Fortress là.
Ah ouais, bah oui.
So yeah, as Bill was saying,
Mettre un rallye, je trouve quoi.
Indies, IP,
Yeah.
IPA are capping
Il reste
back
un logis à la main, on est en train de recap logging.
logging cabin. Only Raw Foss remains. Let's
Mais je pense que oui,
see if he can do some
heroics.
heroics. Oh, brings down the one. Beautiful play from
Exactement, c'est loin
Raw
capé, donc
Foss,
nous on y va, on va essayer de le reprendre.
but he is surrounded.
Est-ce que tu vas tout seul ou est-ce que je viens avec toi?
J'y vais avec ma
the
squad, mais on est
GB
que 4, alors...
What
Hello?
impression is that?
du monde.
What impression is that?
Si vous êtes sûr de
Shut up,
logging,
I'm having fun, okay?
2-3 qui essayent de partir, mais derrière pas peut-être le
We're
flop,
not.
là.
Listen to you.
Vous êtes à
Alors,
combien
je suis
de
pas
sur
nord
le
But
point?
Indies really weak on their south side. A big push of GR guys coming up.
60.
Raw Foss goes down. But a fob coming up at Fortress.
Il devrait pas avoir le temps de blanchir normalement.
IP found the hab of the GRSW, by the way, on the south side. Le petit pneu found
They
it.
did.
Il y a le bloc là.
And a nice
Yeah,
big
blood.
walk coming from some Indies guys. Maybe
No
East
captain
Stress.
logging anymore?
Come on,
It's
East
double
Stress.
neutral.
My dude, look to yourself. Oh, he must have seen him. Oh, he's trying to snake his way out there. He's trying to snake. Let's fight, come on, fight. Fight.
Il y a recap logging, hein, c'est compliqué.
Still a 60. 60?
Ouais, c'est foutu logging, ouais.
Yes. 53 53 kills to 53 kill lead to the GRSW boys.
Yeah, I mean the
No,
KD
50 yeah,
difference
kills,
shows the team difference. Because Russians have less scopes compared to British side.
Qui défend bunker là? Il nous faut quelqu'un sur bunker avant que ça parte en cacahuète.
Something in French has been shouted very angrily.
But do you guys think British models blend better with Fool's Road environment?
Absolutely.
Je vais essayer d'attaquer par
I'm
là.
not really sure. I think
I mean, the Russian is like the green of the grass.
I think the goggles is the main issue for the Russians.
Yeah, I mean the goggles. What's it? Shine, right? You can see via goggles how they shine.
Yeah. Zoom in on Matt when he's killing people, when he stops killing people, which is good. But GRSW have taken control of logging cabin and have taken control of fortress. Once that's done, you're just going to see all these logging cabin boys start moving towards bunker, and it just seems like Indies and P2 are really just struggling with the kills at the moment. And MG is actually just doing bits. Flushiga Teratobs, 18-1 and 19 with that PKM. That's nasty shit.
Ouais, pas sûr, je voudrais poser mon rallye avant.
The majority of indie players, IT players, are in a really bad position that they can neither help with logging cabin, nor they can go to OP Fortress. They're just gonna have to accept the defeat at this stage.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be recoverable at this point.
Yeah,
Unless
I mean that hab spot. I mean their hab positioning is really not helping them.
Yeah, sure. I think the only real thing that Indies could try and do to maybe save is either using the Bulldog or Warrior, just getting close in or forward just to drop some guys. But even that is just going to struggle. Somehow P2 managed to get 2 guys on the north side of Fortress. I think once these flags are captured, there's not going to be many tickets remaining. The bleed's going to start kicking in a bit more power. And then that just wall of GRSW guys is going to start slowly moving towards bunker. It's just going to be over quickly.
By the way, there's still one guy at the ATGM. Oh, he's mortaring.
He's mortaring, yeah.
He's mortaring. Sorry, he's mortaring.
He's only got 2 kills though.
Have you noticed that Indies have taken the hub in the south? He's just looking for the radio right now.
Oh shit, Le Petit Pois has a... Yeah. Very observant of us. The scout car by Snappy was just still chilling on that hill. Doing not really much now, but he's got 8 kills, which is, I think, a fair use of scout car.
On est arrivé dans leur dos sur EP Fortress,
I
ils ont
think,
peut-être
would you guys roll an warrior full of infantry to OP Fortress right now?
I think it's very ballsy and it would probably go very wrong, but I think it's probably the only kind of option they have if they want to pull themselves back in.
I mean, considering persistent ammo, I don't think the guys attacking OP Fortress are full of... Do they have AT?
Well, they took a Logi in. They do have they have a fob with ammo, so...
They don't have AT with them. The guys at OP Fortress don't have AT with them from GRS. Warrior would do perfect.
Yeah, I mean...
They're dying hard on bunker now as well.
Oh shit. GRSW are very quick with these pushes. They really get them off quite quickly.
Yeah.
At 1 minute...
quick.
1 minute they're on
There is
defense.
actually a bunker at Bunker Hill.
It's like the fortress on the northwest, but there's not as much to it inside, other than like some staircases and entrances.
Ah putain, il a hub overrun.
There's a fair amount of entrances as well, which is quite cool.
It's very
J'ai
cool.
posé une hub sur EP Fortress.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy. Very cool. Well, sorry, should I say thank you, Steve's very cool.
Yeah, mother bothered to make this.
Guys, no problem.
Yeah, it's
So yeah,
to be appreciated.
pretty much complete control for GRSW on Bunker Hill. Twix, killing Matt. but yeah, it's pretty much over. No hab anywhere for Indies at the moment. I believe 2 people have already left it. Crashed, I'd assume.
Super rallye aussi sur OP Fortress.
But yeah, not looking too good. Not looking too good.
que je peux sur bunker, mais
Complete control over Fortress,
pour la
which is
femme,
now
ça
being
me paraît
capped,
compliqué, il y a tellement de monde autour.
and now complete control over the bunker. I don't think we'll see anyone spawning in main. I think Indies and P2, I think they realise it's lost, it's too far gone, so they're just gonna... I don't want to say it, but they're just gonna roll over and die, at least.
I guess, I mean, have you guys seen the leaked Alpha 13 animations stuff on Reddit?
No,
right?
no.
Like, there is a surrender animation. I guess.
Oh yeah,
handy
yeah,
right
socially.
now. Oh, that would come in handy right now.
It would fit the French so well.
Whoa, what the hell? No one said that.
Yeah, I didn't say that. You said it.
Les gars, la squad 2 là, si vous
One
avez
guy
allez, dites
from
à vos mecs de
Indies
give
is
up. Hein.
digging
Là,
down the
c'est mort
radio.
là, faut jouer le flag. Hein. Les 3 tickets, on s'en fout, dis-leur de give up. Hein. Free.
He is indeed, isn't he?
Yeah,
Essaye, ouais, on se fait taper en sortant du rallye.
for the greater good.
It's not
Great,
great. Oh,
good,
they have
good.
actually spawned at main though. It's quite late for them. Kaluma should be able to take this down quite nicely. Don't think they'll notice that's going down either. Yeah, there we go. Shit's gone. Nicely
And the
done.
other one's gone.
And this fob is going down. Oh, maybe not. Are they going to dig that down? Go on, dig it down. Are they RPGing it?
Oh, by the way, I just realized the
On a enlevé la radio là qu'ils avaient au-dessus
stream
du bunker.
overlay shows the. Did you notice that?
The what?
On the ticket count, next to the blue ticket count, bleed animation pops up. I just realized.
A what?
This is not
Bleed.
English, man.
Oh shit, it does! Yeah,
you want
fuck,
about?
man. Look, you see the ticket, so it says like 9. Like,
Yeah.
when it bleeds, it shows the bleed. Like, there's like a bleed symbol. That's mad.
Ouais,
Big up,
c'est vrai.
Steez.
Yeah, that's a nice detail. I don't know if bleed will make it back to vanilla
Oh,
game,
yeah.
but if it ever makes it back, that vanilla also should have it.
Sure, especially some of these vanilla games just take so long without bleed. Like, you'll be on like your second to last flag or something. It'll just no one's attacking. It's just a standstill. Like whenever someone attacks, maybe on like Talil, like it'll just be a shit show across the desert.
Yeah, if there wasn't bleed on layout, I think Indies would have played better. Like, he would played better after losing the foothold. He would have turtled they were.
There we go.
Yeah.
177
There we go.
ticket for
Brilliant. Well played.
GRSW. Very nice game to watch.
Quand même.
Very interesting. So. I
Ouais.
think one lesson to learn from this is that if you are playing this map over the weekend with your team and want a good KD, stick to
Ouais,
MG.
non. Au pire, tu
Allez,
nous
au revoir.
installes, installe.
So,
Yeah.
Klush
Also,
Shiga
on
has
stick
gone
and drive the
22
warrior
and
to
2.
Fortress.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Ah, ça pique, hein, en face.
I had fun. I think Daddy had fun. I don't know if Bill
Yeah,
has
that was
fun.
brilliant.
Is it possible for
Allez,
you to have
les
fun?
gars sur le second side.
Ils ont récupéré l'Alsace et la
It's not
Lorraine,
a
c'est chiant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, he's got a wide smile right now.
Merci les gars.
Merci les gars.
Alright,
Yeah,
see you guys
anyway.
around.
Ouais, merci bien.
Yep.
Yes, merci.
Thanks for watching, lads. I will see
Thank
you.
you.